This is Gary Clark Jr. and you're watching Longhorn Hip Hop.
What's up, y'all? This is Longhorn Hip Hop. We're here at the Austin City Limits Music Festival with Austin's own Gary Clark Jr. How are you, Gary?
I'm all right. Yourself?
It's good to see you here, and it's good to see local Austin talent shining on a big stage. We really like that. So the first question we had for you is, what's it like being a not hip hop artist coming up in the hip hop generation?
Well, from a musician standpoint, it's hard not to be influenced by it because it's everywhere. So in our culture and everything we do. So, but you know, playing guitar and trying to hang out and this thing, it's a little bit interesting. Yeah. I'll tell you that. But it's cool. It's cool.
That's cool. So if for maybe our viewers who might not be familiar, how would you describe your sound?
Psychedelic soul blues rock.
Being someone who is an 80s baby, what music did you listen to growing up as a kid?
I listened to a bunch of my parents' records, you know. My folks still had vinyl around, so I would reach over the thing and throw on a record. It would be like some Stevie Wonder or some Parliament, Funkadelic, or you know, a lot of Motown records. And my first concert when I was a kid was Michael Jackson's Bad Tour. I was like 4, man. I freaked out. But a lot of fun, you know, a lot of that stuff, though, has, you know, been flipped and sampled and put in, you know, the hip hop records. So if you don't know that, you know it through something else. So yeah, I listened to that stuff too growing up. Really into Biggie and Tupac and all that kind of stuff when I was a young kid. But yeah, so that's what I was influenced by. A lot of stuff on the radio too, man. It was like, you know, it was a big R&B surge. You know, it was like Aaliyah and I mean, I could go on and on. I was listening to Nirvana on the radio and Sublime and stuff like that. So it was all in there, man, in this weird thing. So.
That's awesome, and we know you were recently in the film Honeydripper.
Yeah.
So to me, that kind of took your music kind of back to like the roots, to like blues music specifically. So what was it like? Did you have to like change too much of your style for it, or was it just kind of a natural thing?
Well, to do the Honeydripper thing, it was good because it took me back to basically where I started from, which was, you know, blues records. I was listening to Muddy Waters and Guitar Slim and Johnny Guitar Watson, along with Howlin' Wolf. So it was good to go back and, you know, try and play one of those characters, you know, something that I'm very influenced by, to try and have some sort of part in telling that story. It was cool. I learned a lot doing that too.
So were there any like blues records or standards that you really took a liking to initially when you first started picking up the guitar?
All of Jimmy Reed's stuff I listened to. As far as, you know, standards or songs, B.B. King's 3 O'Clock Blues, Woke Up This Morning, a lot of Freddie King stuff, Hideaway, San Jose. Those are things that I sat around and just would shred for hours and hours as a kid, and my parents would be like banging on the thing like, shut up, dude.
That's awesome. And so have you kind of seen, it must be really interesting, I guess, for you as an artist to be playing these blues standards or these classic, you know, rock riffs in a generation that's the music they listen to samples all of that. So is that kind of like surreal for you at times? Like, have you ever played a festival with other hip hop acts and stuff like that?
Not as much as I would like to. Hopefully I'll do that more in the future. But I came and kicked it a couple of years ago with Bavu Blakes.
Wow.
And he let me get up there and we did some things, you know, some Neil Young sampled stuff. And you know, he kind of let me do my thing, throw it old school, and you know, while he spits his genius over that. That's a great thing, man. That was cool to be a part of that, put that together, and you know, have people feel it, and you know.
Yeah, Bavu is like the Austin OG of rap music. He really is that guy.
He's that dude. Yeah.
He's been around for a little while, and a Longhorn as well. So. That's also cool. So I guess our last thing real quick is we just wanted to know what it was like coming up in Austin specifically. Like, what was the scene like as you kind of progressed into now you're playing at ACL and playing at Crossroads Festival? Like, what was it like coming up in the same, you know, circuit that Stevie Ray Vaughn came up in and stuff like that?
It was kind of surreal, you know. It's fortunately I was able to hang with Clifford Antone before he passed. It was Antone's nightclub, and Steve Wertheimer with the Continental. And so I would see all these acts, and these guys that I looked up to, I was able to hang and be right there and soak that up, and not realizing how special that is to have those guys come in regularly and just like do their thing, you know, in your town. So I learned a lot, and got to see the city grow and change a little bit, and to be here now is a trip. I was here at the first Austin City Limits when it was, you know, small little baby. So yeah.
It was only 2 days, and
yeah,
there were like a handful of people there.
So you know, it's cool. You know, it's folks from all over, and Austin's definitely making an impact out there. People are hearing about it and coming and wanting to hang. And, so that's cool. Being from here and hanging out here, we should feel pretty proud about that, I guess, right?
Oh, what a party. I should have stayed at home at the party. Oh, I was like a chaperone. I couldn't boogie real slow with the blue lights way